Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another tier list video. Today is Memorial Day. I hope you guys are having a great day, getting some barbecue, hanging out with your family, watching a little baseball. I hope you guys are all having a good Memorial Day. But for those of you who are not currently participating in one of those activities, I have a banger video for you guys. We have the running backs, we have the tier list. You guys have been loving my tier list videos so far. I really appreciate it. I got a comment the other day, I think it was yesterday, saying that I should do a running back tier list video. So that is exactly what I'm doing today. Before we get into it, before we get started, y'all know the drill. Make sure to subscribe. I have two banger videos coming out this week. Two videos I'm very excited to show you guys. And obviously, if you don't want to miss those, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. And you guys know the drill with the tier list. We have the elites, we have the goods, the average guys, we have the overrated guys, we have guys that are bad, and then guys that are straight ass. So bring in my computer over here for a second. Let's start with Antonio Gibson, a guy who is, much maligned. I think in the fantasy community, they kind of have really big expectations for him. You'll notice that with this list, a lot of people mistake fantasy value for actual competence at the running back position. And we'll get into a prime example of that later on in the list. But Antonio Gibson, I'm going to put him in overrated. I don't think that he is really great. Christian McCaffrey, there's really not a whole lot of debate here. He is elite. He is one of the best running backs in the NFL. Now, the way I'm going to judge running backs, just to kind of preference that, is their combination of running ability, how good they are with the ball in their hands, how good they are at being a dual threat. Can they receive out of the backfield? Are they able to do a lot of things? Are they able to break tackles? Do they have getaway speed? Pass blocking is part of it as well. So there's a lot of facets of playing running back. Their vision is another thing. Their ball security is another thing. A lot of facets to playing the running back position. So we're going to go ahead and use that as our basis right here. Cordell Patterson. I love Cordell Patterson. I think he's a good athlete. He's a really good athlete. And he's got good, like vision and everything like that. But I don't know if he's a running back. I'm going to put him in average, unfortunately. Joe Mixon. I'm not a huge Joe Mixon guy, to be honest with you. I'm gonna put Joe Mixon. I'm gonna put Joe Mixon in good, but he's gonna be like at the edge of good. And then I'm pretty sure this is Matt Breida. Matt Breida is just not. Oh, Matt Breida is just not a good running back. Unfortunately, he's gonna go into bad. AJ Dillon. I actually really like AJ Dillon. To be completely honest with you, I'm gonna put him in good. I'm gonna put him. So he's not as good out of the backfield as Joe Mixon is, but I do like his age. I do like his dominant running style and everything like that. I think he's got big things coming in Green Bay, and he's got massive fucking legs. Let's not mistake that. I'm gonna put him in good. Now I might skip around a little bit here, talk about some of the more interesting guys. Alvin Kamara is also going to go into good. He's going to go above Joe Mixon. Dante Foreman, he's the average. I'm going to put him above Cordell Patterson. Let's talk about Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's another big one. Nick Chubb is easily an elite running back. I'd put him above Christian McCaffrey. He's got pretty much everything you want. I think he's going to get more opportunities out of the backfield with Kareem Hunt not currently in Cleveland, both in the running and the passing game. I think he's a fine receiver, but he's the best with the ball in his hands. His vision is excellent. His contact balance is excellent. Got good speed. Just good everything, right? We're just going to throw a couple of these guys in there. None of these guys are really that good, to be honest with you. We're just going to kind of place them around here. I think another interesting run is Breece Hall. Breece Hall, he's a dog. And this might be a little preemptive. This might be a little premature. But I'm going to put him in elite. I think what I saw from him with the Jets last year was fantastic. I think he is going to be a dominant running back in the NFL for many years to come, assuming that he recovers well from that ACL and that he is able to become physically the player that he was last year. But Breece Hall, he is great. He was probably going to win Rookie of the Year if not for that ACL injury. So hoping he comes back and he comes back healthy. Javonte Williams is another very interesting one. I'm gonna put him in good. I'm gonna put him right above AJ Dillon. Now Javonte Williams again is coming off a big injury. Who knows what that's gonna be. But I did like his rookie season with Denver. I thought he was poised for a big year 2 with the Broncos, but that never ended up happening, obviously because of the injury. And I like his potential. I think he forces a lot of broken tackles. He runs tough. He's able to catch the ball in the backfield very, very well. He could easily be an elite, but I just need to see him do it for a year. I need to see him, stack those skills on top of each other, essentially. Another guy I really like is Tony Pollard. I'm gonna put Tony Pollard above Alvin Kamara for now. Tony Pollard really did it all in Dallas last year. It was the first year where he really got um, more opportunities, with Zeke in the backfield, and now with Zeke gone, he's going to be able to be the primary running back in Dallas. What makes Tony Pollard so elite, I think, is his receiving ability and his running style. He was going off as a receiver last year, and I really never anticipated him being such a good receiver, but he was really, really good out of the backfield last year. And playing that pass-happy offense, playing in an offense that is probably going to want to run the football with Tony Pollard and, get first downs, get touchdowns, everything like that. I think Tony Pollard is poised for a big, big year. Kind of upset I traded him in fantasy, but whatever. So we'll talk about that. But I think Tony Pollard is a really, really good running back, and I think that you're going to see it now with him being the only guy in the backfield in Dallas. Kenneth Walker, I'm going to put Kenneth Walker above Joe Mixon, just because there's some areas that Kenneth Walker's a little bit lacking at. Kenneth Walker's not a great receiver. Kenneth Walker is really bad in pass block, but he's an absolute home run hitter. He's got breakaway speed. He's got agility. He is, shifty. Everything you want from a running back, playing his role. Anytime he touches the ball, he is, has a chance to take it the distance. Love watching Kenneth Walker play, and I think him and Zach Charbonnet are going to make a really good Thunder and Lightning duo in Seattle. I'm very excited. Now let's talk about Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert, he's good. I'm not gonna put him too crazy, but he's good. David Montgomery's been running back 1 in Chicago for a few years now, and Khalil Herbert was a 6th-round pick out of Virginia Tech. Not too much playing time for him yet, but I think when he has gone on the field, he's been impressive. And the Bears are going to be a team that they always want to run the football. So with David Montgomery leaving, Khalil Herbert will probably, at least for the first couple weeks of the year, be the running back 1 in Chicago. He's going to get opportunities. He's going to get opportunities to see what he can do. He's got a very high yards per carry average right now. Let's see if that can continue in Chicago with, up until this point, a subpar offensive line. All right, let's talk about Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is a little overrated. He is the most overrated running back in the NFL. And this is speaking on the behalf of somebody who had Austin Eckler on his fantasy team. So you might be saying, well, you're biased. No, I'm actually not. Austin Eckler is not a very good running back. If you want a prime example, look at the playoff game against the Jaguars. The Chargers could not put that game away. You cannot turn over to Austin Eckler and say, win us this game. Austin Eckler, now, will he catch, 3-yard checkdowns all game? Absolutely. Will he find the end zone if the Chargers manage to make it to the red zone? Absolutely. But down after down, Austin Eckler is just not a good running back. I think he lacks vision. I think he lacks, speed. He's a good receiver. Not great. He's a good receiver. He just gets a lot of opportunities, I think, based on the offense that the Chargers ran with Joe Lombardi. But Austin Eckler is madly overrated, unfortunately. We're just going to put a few of these guys in ass just to clear them off the list. I don't think Kareem Hunt is ass, but I don't think he's great up until this point. Let's see. This is Chase Edmonds. Yeah, Chase Edmonds is not very good, unfortunately. Bijan Robinson, I mean, he's average. I mean, he's nothing crazy. Same thing with Jamal Williams. Like, Jamal Williams is definitely like the upper echelon average, but he's not great. I mean, he's not like some world beater. Let's go with a few other interesting ones. Melvin Gordon ass. Who is that? It's gotta be a nice. Oh, that's gotta be Jeff Wilson, I think. Jeff Wilson, he aight, he aight. I'm gonna get Gus. I don't know. This is Gus Edwards right here. Gus Edwards. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. He's probably average, but I'm gonna put him right behind Jamal Williams. Dameon Pierce is a little overrated, but he's okay. He's alright. I'm gonna put him a little bit above Foreman. Pacheco is another example. Very overrated. They got biker gangs out there. Very overrated. I don't think that the Chiefs are sold on him long term. He had a few, he runs angry, and I will say he had a really solid stretch of games last season. But to me, he's just not a great running back. There's so much pressure taken off of him with Mahomes and that scheme that Andy Reid runs. I really doubt that he would be a great running back in most other teams. So he's overrated in my opinion. Mark Ingram, fuck you still doing in the league, my boy. Let's go Josh Jacobs. I really like Josh Jacobs. I think he's close to being elite. I'm gonna put him at the top of good though. You know, he just had his career year with the contract coming up. Good for him. I want to see it a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more out of Josh Jacobs, more consistency, consistently being one of the best running backs in the NFL, which he was last year. I believe he led the NFL in rushing yards, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, so he's good. Saquon Barkley, my boy is. Oh, I'm just doing that. My boy is elite. I'm putting him above Brees Hall. One of the best running backs in the game has been. You know, the only thing that's been stopping him is his injuries, and even then, I think that he's still managed to make it somewhat sensible to take him second overall. As surprising as that might sound. Let's go to a few other guys, a few other interesting guys. Jonathan Taylor is also very elite. I'm putting him right there so I can scroll up. Jonathan Taylor is also very elite. I think Jonathan Taylor is right behind Saquon Barkley in that current list. That right there, you know, looks really good to me in terms of the pecking order. And then let's not obviously forget, where is he at? King Henry right here. Y'all knew King Henry was going to be an elite. I mean, who? King Henry is able to put his whole offense on his back and just carry them to relevancy. So I think Nick Chubb is the best pure runner in the league. I think Derrick Henry is the most dominant runner, and those are two different things. And the best way I can explain that is, like, Nick Chubb is better with the ball in his hands in terms of efficiency, in terms of doing the right thing. Derrick Henry is just the most physically imposing person in the NFL. Nobody has Derrick Henry's combination of size and strength. Now, is Derrick Henry a great receiver? No. But it doesn't matter, really. I mean, Derrick Henry, he can just pound you all day. Like, you know, he'll pound the A gap all day, kind of like myself. Sorry. But Derrick Henry, he will impose his will on defenses. He wins the Titans games. The Titans mold their offense around Derrick Henry. Y'all knew that. Christian McCaffrey is a guy who is very agile, very shifty, great receiver. I mean, I think Christian McCaffrey could play receiver in the NFL. Legitimately. He could play receiver. Great hands, great route running, all of that. Is Christian McCaffrey going to meet you in the A-gap and plow you over? No. That's a Derrick Henry. That's a Nick Chubb. That's, you know, even like a Saquon Barkley a little bit. But all these guys are elite. I think Brees Hall has the capability to move up. Maybe I'm a little preemptive, but I think Brees Hall proved that he was one of the better running backs in the NFL last season. Okay, let's go into some other guys. Let's get some of these boring guys out of the way. Damian Harris is he's like top of bad. He's not that good, unfortunately. Oh shit, yeah, he's not that good. Raheem Mostert is ass. Also, I'm sorry, he's just fast. Like, that's literally, he's just fast. Cam Akers is also overrated. Cam Akers is, you know, one of those guys that fantasy guys are like, Cam Akers breakout season. No, dude, no. He will get some opportunities in LA though, I'm sure. With, you know, Stafford, they're trying to be careful with his elbow, I bet. Probably not gonna matter too much. James Conner is. He's. I want to say bad, but that seems a little harsh for him. I might go bad. He's just not a good athlete, unfortunately. He's, you know, he's a bruiser. He's a big boy. I love James Conner. I love his story, but not my favorite running back. I think Devin Singletary is also kind of ass, to be honest with you. Let's go with Michael Carter. Michael Carter is also kind of I'm gonna put him in bad. I'll put him like middle of bad, right there. I want to know who the hell that is right there. I have no idea. Zeke, my boy, you have seen better days. I'm gonna put you at the bottom of average. He's just not it anymore. Leonard Fournette is pretty ass at this point, to be honest with you guys. Tyler Algier. I thought Tyler Algier was actually pretty good last year. I'm gonna put him above. Yeah, I'm gonna put him above Dante Foreman. I actually thought he was really good. Miles Sanders is also a guy who's very overrated, to be honest with you. Panthers fans are way too excited about Miles Sanders. he benefited greatly from the fact that he was behind the best offensive line in football for years, and the emergence of Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Scott, all of those. Watch him in the Super Bowl. He was awful. He was putrid in the Super Bowl. Um, that's what I'll say. Let's go with, is this Daryl Henderson? Daryl Henderson's not very good, to be honest with you. He's like right here. David Montgomery. David Montgomery, he's alright. I'll put him right there. I'll put him above Dante Foreman, but below Tyler Algier. That's probably what I would say. Let's go on some other guys here. Najee Harris. Okay, Najee Harris. This is another interesting one. I'm gonna put Najee Harris just behind Tony Pollard. Najee Harris, a lot of potential. Physically is a very gifted running back. I think he can do a lot of things, but we need to see production. We need to see a little production. I understand the Steelers' offensive line wasn't great. They beefed it up in this offseason, so there's really no excuses anymore. We need to see some production from Najee Harris. And I don't really have a doubt that he will, but we just need to see it. Aaron Jones is also a good running back. People sleep on Aaron Jones, unfortunately. People be sleeping on Aaron Jones. I'm going to put him right above Kenneth Walker. People be sleeping on Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is a very solid running back. He's very, very good. Very elusive, very shifty, very hard to tackle. I really like what I see from Aaron Jones. Travis Etienne is probably right next to Aaron Jones. He's still young, but his playmaking ability looks great. I mean, it's really his first year after the torn ACL. He looked great. He looks to be a great receiver out of the backfield. He looks to be a good home run hitting running back. A little bit better in the reason he's above Kenneth Walker is because I think they have similar levels of home run hitting ability and speed and elusiveness and all that. Etienne's a little bit better out of the backfield, and I think he's a little bit better as a pass protector than Kenneth Walker. That's why he gets the edge over him, in my opinion. Let's talk about Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny, man, he's a good running back. He just can't stay on the field. So I'm going to take oh, that's not Rashad Penny. Where am I going? That's actually fine. I'll just leave that there. Rashad Penny, you're going to go in right. Yeah, you're going to go right behind David Montgomery. Listen, if he could stay healthy for Philly, I mean that's a steal. That's a whole steal for the Eagles. But I kind of have some doubts about that, unfortunately. Whatever. Okay, let's go with Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is also a little overrated, but he's not overrated to the degree where I'm just like, oh my god, like he's not good. I might be Dalvin Cook. I like Dalvin Cook. I'm gonna make some changes. Okay, I'm gonna put Javonte Williams above them both, then Dalvin Cook. Where did Joe Mixon go? Joe Mixon, where'd you go, buddy? Oh, right here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay, so Williams, then Dalvin Cook, then Joe Mixon. I think that's pretty solid right there. We're saving one for later. Sonny Michel, ass. Some of these guys, I'm just going to throw an ass. Is that JK? JK's on the left, I believe. And then this is James Robinson. James Robinson is like, nah, he's average. I'm gonna say he's like average. I'll put him right next to Boston Scott. Right there. Put him right next to Boston Scott. Rex Burkhead, ass. James Cook. James Cook is definitely also overrated, unfortunately. Everybody and their mama think that he's going to be the best fantasy football player ever with Josh Allen. I don't see it, to be honest. This is Alexander Madison, I believe. Alexander Madison's actually solid. I'm going to put him... Yeah, I'm going to put him above Rashad Penny right there. J.K. Dobbins, I think, is good. I think he's a little bit better than A.J. Dillon. Needs to stay healthy, but I think he's better than A.J. Dillon. Gus Edwards is this, I believe. No, this is not Gus Edwards. I don't know who this is. I'm just going to put him in ass, to be honest with you. All right. Clyde Edwards-Helaire also ass, unfortunately. Also ass, unfortunately. Okay, we have three more. DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, I'm going to put him at the end of good. The talent for DeAndre Swift is actually really good. He just doesn't know how to play the position of running back, unfortunately. Like, good receiver, good athlete, good feel, whatever. bro, it's like he just can't like read holes. He just can't like attack, you know, where the blocking scheme is. It's very frustrating, unfortunately. So I'm gonna put him in an average, and then him in bad right here. So this is my tier list for running backs. This is in order, by the way. So let me know what you guys think about the tiers. Let me know if I missed somebody. Let me know if my tier list was wrong. I want you guys all to comment down below. Anyways, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I love all of you, and I will see you guys this week. Make sure to stay tuned. There's some banger videos coming out. Love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.